Hey guys, and welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be counting down my best themed coasters that I have personally ever ridden. I think it's quite a self-explanatory list, so I'm not going to waste any time on it and we're just going to get straight into it. Number 5, it's down at Thorpe Park. It is Soar the Ride. Now the ride itself often gets a lot of flack from enthusiasts. Yeah, it's rough and that, but the theme in itself is actually quite good in my opinion. You've obviously got the whole queue line, which is themed quite nicely with everything around it, and then you've got the indoor section of the queue line as well, which has some good audio playing. It's got really nice paint, well, really nice painting. It's supposed to be gory, I suppose, painting on the walls. It's quite well themed with all the generic Saw theming, but then the main part for me, which does it, is the on-ride pre-show section, just the indoor section before you go outside. That's really good. That I was quite shocked at how much I enjoyed that bit, and it was really the bit for me that actually made me say that Saw the Ride was better than the Smiler. Controversy. Number 4, Oblivion the Black Hole. The whole tent section of that queue line, there is actually a video of that on my channel somewhere. I might link it in the I section, wherever that is. Yeah, it's just really well themed, that whole indoor section, and then the drop itself is themed as well. It's obviously a vertical drop coaster if you didn't know. So yeah, obviously the drop itself is really well themed going into that tunnel. Yeah, just the whole area is brilliantly done. It's got a really good soundtrack, an amazing soundtrack, and the use of lights inside is really good. The screens, now normally I'd say screens you can't really count as much as theming, but it is theming in this instance. And then they've got the big set pieces as you go around the queue. Yeah, just the whole of Oblivion the Black Hole's queue really mainly does it, but then you've also got the stuff being sucked into the black hole, which is white. In at number 3 then, it's another coaster which is bumped up by its theming massively in my kind of thoughts of it. Now the coaster itself, if you were to ride it with no theming, would be atrocious because it's very stop-starty. But with its theming, Arthur and the Kingdom of the Minimoys, I think it's called, at Europa Park, is up there for me with one of the best themed rides I've ever been on. It is, as I said, the theming that makes this ride. You could technically call it a dark ride, but it's not. It's a coaster. That's what I'm calling it. And it's got some really good theming throughout it. It's got that almost finale scene before the main drops outside. The whole indoor sections are really good. The lift hill itself's really good. Just the whole thing. And then the queue line as well. It's got some brilliant, it's got smell pods in there, it's got good set pieces, it's got just the little details in there as well. And it's got a nice soundtrack to finish it all off. It's really well themed. Arthur and the Kingdom of the Minimoys. In at number 2 then, this one was the one I was really debating, should this be number 1 or should this be number 2? And in the end, I did put it at number 2. I'll tell you number 1 in a second. But at number 2, it is Taron at Phantasialand. That rock work is incredibly well done all around the area. There isn't a single bit of the whole Klugheim area of which Taron sits inside that isn't incredibly themed. It's got an amazing soundtrack playing around the area. The ride is themed. That waterfall after the second launch is really good. The station's awesome to just kind of stand around and look at. Just the whole atmosphere of the area is absolutely incredible. And when I went to Phantasialand for the first and only time last summer, we spent an hour before rides actually opened just in that Klugheim area, just lapping up all the atmosphere of everything, because it is a really nicely themed and well done area. And finally, in at number 1, it just pipped it for me from Taron. Controversially, you could say, but I don't think so. Wicker Man at Alton Towers, the recently opened GCI Woody. For me personally, from what I've ridden and the rides I've seen, Wicker Man is the best. And this may just be the buzz of it being a new coaster, but I just think the whole area surrounding it is incredible. The structure itself's a brilliant centrepiece to the ride. The fire effects are awesome. Hopefully they return, and hopefully they aren't just a thing for peak days, and you know, because it kind of ruins it a bit if they're only switching them on at times. But then again, I guess the park have to save money in some aspects. But yeah, that pre-show is absolutely amazingly good. The soundtrack for the whole area is really well done. and the station itself's really nice as well. The first and second drop are enclosed, which adds, I think, to them a bit, because as you come out of the first tunnel and into the second tunnel, you've got the drop in between, and I think it kind of makes the drop feel a bit more special when it's all of a sudden upon you, rather than you can see it and you're slowly going around the corner. That's just a personal thing, I think. But yeah, Wicker Man's theming is something else. It is absolutely outstanding, and I think it'll take a lot to beat it. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and comment telling me what the best theming you've ever seen is. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, goodbye.